Okay, I'm going to cover another problem on the practice problems I gave you for your quiz. Now, you notice that we have some statements here regarding rectangles, squares, basically quadrilaterals, and triangle theorems. What I encourage you to do is I'm going to post an answer key. Check that out. I don't necessarily have to walk you through those, but you can also use your notes because you have some pretty clear definitions, and that can help you out here. But this problem I want to walk you through. I know it's been a little while since you've done these. All right, now you're finding two things here. You're finding slope and distance. They're not one and the same. So I want to find the slope between these two given points. So slope equals change in y over change in x. A lot of people memorize the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, but it's good to just refer to it as change in y over change in x. So I'm going to start with my y values. My y values are 8 and negative 20. So I'm going to do 8 minus negative 20 over the difference in my x values. Negative 24 minus 10. And if I do this out, I'm going to get positive 28 over negative 34. And that's ultimately the slope. I can simplify that. It's always a good idea if you do that. 14 over negative 17. So I have my slope. That is not the distance, however. Because what this represents here is you got 2 points. That means I could go up 28 over 34 in this direction. I'm trying to find the distance. It doesn't give me the distance necessarily. I'm trying to get this. This is what I mean by distance, this distance. Hopefully you're noticing I've created the right triangle doing that. So I've gone, let's see, up 28 and over 34. Notice I did not use my simplified slope. That's a common mistake. If I did that, I'd be trying to find the distance from about halfway up here to halfway up here. That's not going to get me there. You have to use the full slope, not the simplified slope. So I'm using this. Now, essentially, since I just created a triangle, it really doesn't matter that whether it's positive or negative. I'm just making a triangle. So I've got my 2 legs, and now you have to solve for your hypotenuse. How do we do that? Using the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So now I can plug in these values. 28 squared plus 34 squared is going to equal c squared. So now you might need to use a calculator. I know I'm going to be doing that right now because I do not know 28 squared off the top of my head. And not really expected to know that either. And of course, where's the calculator when you need it? All right. So let's see. Utilities. No. Yikes. All right. Chances are you're probably doing this a lot quicker than I am. Why it's always good to have your stuff handy. All right, good. We're in business. You could have just done it out by hand. I could have done that too, but now just bear in mind for the exam, you're not going to be seeing large numbers like this. The reason I did this was because I just wanted to give you something that you couldn't necessarily just plot on a grid and find an answer to. I want you to have to use the formula to get there. All right. So now I got my values. 28 squared plus 34 squared. I'm going to add them. I get 1,940. Now, get rid of my exponent here. I can find the square root of each side. And that leaves me with the square root of 1,940 equals c, which I do not think is a perfect square. I'm willing to bet that that is not a perfect square. I'm just going to double check myself, but I'm willing to bet it is not a perfect square. Yeah, it is not. It ends up being close to 44. But this is all you'd have to leave that. You don't have to simplify your radical or anything here. But that is how you do it. Remember, you want to find this. If you're finding the slope, Remember, change in y over change in x. The slope doesn't give you the distance, though. That distance is that hypotenuse right here, which is what we're looking for. So, hopefully this helps you work through some problems where you have to find the slope between 2 points as well as the distance. Good luck.